All right, everybody, welcome here to the video. This is just kind of on the spot. Wanted to share some value. Just got off the phone with my friend from Pakistan, Assad, talking about giving value, talking about teaching you guys more specifically about social media marketing, and just being able to provide value in that niche. So obviously got pretty inspired to do that. So wanted to share some stuff that I learned this first year of social media marketing and what I wish I would have changed, and just some insight that I've had throughout literally doing over $100,000 in my first year. I built a team. I've worked with about 50 or more different types of clients, from low ticket, from $100 a month management, all the way to $2,000-$3,000 a month. So it's given me a really it's given me a unique approach and a different type of feel, because not only did I do that, but we built 5 homes for families in need. So I had an amazing experience, an amazing past year and a half, where I really synthesized a lot of different knowledge and through being mentored, through immersion, through experience. I think a lot of people don't get that when they're starting a social media marketing agency. They just work from home and they don't get all the experience that I had, which was talking to people, being in the industry, and trying to become a name in the industry, in the local community, getting recognized. So just kind of wanted to share some stuff. And number one is, people are the gateway to most of your success. People and relationships, and being able to read people, being able to understand how they operate, being able to read the room and feel what the vibe, the energy is a huge skill that, when you're working from a computer all day and you never really interact with anybody, face to face, you don't really get a chance to refine that skill and grow it and make it as good as it can be. So I would say that was a huge skill that I learned in this past year, which was how to communicate with people and how to read the room and just see, okay, the vibe's this way. Okay, I'm going to take the approach this way and do this. And all of that stuff I was then able to translate to phone calls, cold calls, calling people off of my client funnel, because when I'm just calling people, if I don't have any of that context of like, hey, this is kind of the vibe I'm getting off of this person, I'm just cold calling, I'm just talking to people, trying to close them, and I don't have any awareness as to what may be going on with them and their life, and just being able to feel. So people are the gateway to a lot of your success. You have to be good with people. You have to understand, their objections. You have to be a good listener, and you have to be grounded and centered when you are listening to them. So what do I mean by that? I mean, when you're talking to clients or potential clients, you have to really listen. You have to really feel into where they're coming from and acknowledge it and honor it and respect it. And so if somebody has a complaint with your service, or somebody has a concern about, something that's going on, you always want to acknowledge their concern and, be quick to respond to it. So I know with different people, you hear different things about, responding and just that whole thing, but this is just my take. It's worked really well for me, being there for people, being quick, asking what people thought. Did they need to make any changes? What would you like fixed? I feel like that has made people really love my work, because I'm just so open and transparent with needing to maybe make an improvement on it, versus just trying to say, oh, here's the product, you better like it, that's it. So people are the gateway. And then number 2, I would just say immersion, being able to be immersed into a culture, into organizations, into companies that are actually experiencing day-to-day commerce and day-to-day life and calling and different things that go on, is one of the most valuable tools that you can have. Because ultimately, if you're just working from a computer, messaging people and getting appointments, by the time you actually get on the phone, if you're not prepared, if you don't have the context, if you don't have the ability to communicate effectively with them, you're not going to bring the result that you ultimately need to bring them, based upon the fact that you're just behind a computer all day messaging people. So being able to be immersed, being able to actually communicate to people in a way that's effective and feeling it and just being inside of it was what I felt made me grow like 10 times as much as I would have had I just been at home the entire time. So now that I feel like I have developed that skill, I'm basically kind of testing out working from home more often, seeing how it feels, seeing how my results shift, and just trying to be inside of what works best for me. So immersion is huge. The more companies, the more people you talk to. Obviously, I'm not saying go door to door and just be ineffective. I'm just saying in whatever way you can become immersed, I would find it really valuable. So maybe that's even, group FaceTime calls. Maybe you're just FaceTiming owner. Try to get on as many calls as you can. Try to make as many connections as you can. Whatever you do, I'm not saying go to networking events and just waste all your time like calling people, but as much as you can do that can get you immersed into the culture, into really what is going on in your industry. For instance, mine's real estate. By doing more different types of things for real estate, I got a really well-bodied knowledge base because I was inside of it. I was working hand in hand with a real estate brokerage and a mortgage company. So I really got to learn the language. I got to realize the way people dressed, what they liked, what they didn't like, how they feel about technology. So when you're on the ground, and you're looking around, you're able to actually get a different approach than somebody just kind of calling from a room on their computer trying to sell somebody something. So first of all, people are the gateway. Second is that you need to be immersed. Third is do something that is different and have a different why for what you're doing. So a lot of people just want to start, make a quick 6 figures. They just see somebody that's made $6,000 or $8,000 in a month, and because of math, I'd like to ask all the people that have done this stuff why they've done it that way. But people will make $8K in 1 month and then they're like, I made 6 figures, because they just automatically think that they're going to keep it. So have a different why. Don't get into this thing to just try and make a bunch of 6 figures and stuff. You got to actually have some sort of interest in technology, into the industry, into making a name and building a brand. I mean, this is a great starter business. You don't need to absolutely love it, but I mean, if you want to actually build a name and do well, you have to develop some sort of brand and some sort of real valuable skill and knowledge asset. And even if your skill and asset is not doing the work, it's at least having the business intellect to actually create a team or a culture or a vibe or a feel off of the service you provide. So hopefully that helped. That was just real quick. Honestly, I didn't even plan any of those. So all 3 of those just literally came from inspiration off the top of my head. So number 1, people are the gateway to your success. Make sure that you respect the people that you're around. Make sure you have the ability to read them, be empathetic, be a heart-centered listener. Number 2 is immersion, being able to be immersed into a culture, into a business, into an industry where you're experiencing the real day-to-day, the real issues, the real problems that you're having. The quicker you're going to learn, the more that you're going to learn, and the more problems you're going to be able to see and loopholes you're going to be able to find that you can create solutions for. 3 is going to have a different why, have a different purpose, get into this for a different reason other than just making 6 figures or whatever people tell you to do. So below you will find my mastermind group where you can ask me questions like this any day of the week at any time. And it is $29 a month. I also have a free group as well. So for those of you that want to take your social media agency to the next level, either one of those would be beneficial for you. And number 2, if you would subscribe, it's somewhere here. I'm getting used to saying this stuff now. Subscribe, go ahead and do that. Give it a like. Share it with people that are in the niche. Tell me what you guys want to see as well. Like I said, I just got off the phone with my brother Assad, and that was just basically 5-10 minutes ago, and I'm like, I'm making a video, and boom, I didn't even know what it was about, and I just figured it out. So tell me what you guys want to see: sales acquisition, Facebook ads, funnels, talking to clients, dealing with clients, you know, challenges, fulfilling results. Tell me what you guys want to see. Hopefully this helped you in some way. My name is Quinn Nolan. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram and follow the rest of the journey. See you guys soon.